Look, today we're bypassing the digital dating minefield entirely to uncover the absolute hidden truths of what it actually takes to win a Filipina's heart. Having looked deep into the underlying dynamics of international dating, I can tell you right now, there is a profound disconnect happening out there every single day. Men are flying across the globe or firing up the apps, completely blind to the cultural realities they're stepping into. So today, we're stripping all that confusion away. We're going straight to the core of how a hardworking Filipina actually receives love, and exactly how you can be the one to truly understand her.
Which brings us to the million-dollar question, right? What does it take? Well, if you grew up in the West, you're probably used to a very specific playbook, equality, splitting the bill, that sort of thing. But stepping into international dating requires a massive perspective shift. You literally cannot just copy and paste what works in New York or London and expect it to resonate in Manila. It just doesn't work that way. To truly connect with her, you have to fundamentally rebuild how you view relationship dynamics from the ground up.
Okay, let's put these two worlds side by side for a second. On one hand, you've got the Western expectation of equality and split bills. Everything's 50-50, independence is the ultimate goal. But then you look at the Eastern reality. It's heavily rooted in the traditional and provider mindset. And guys, this isn't just some minor cultural quirk you can ignore. It's a completely different paradigm of how love, care, and security are expressed and received. Now, we absolutely have to tackle the biggest taboo of international dating head-on, the provider misconception. This is the exact spot where so many well-intentioned foreign men get it completely wrong. They hit a financial dynamic that doesn't fit their Western framework and boom, they immediately project their own cultural anxieties onto it. But to actually understand the Filipino heart, we have to tear this misconception down. Think about it. When a woman brings up financial support early on, your immediate Western reflex probably screams, gold digger, materialistic, or scam. Those words flash like giant red warning lights in your brain. And honestly, it's a natural defense mechanism based on how you were raised. But when we take an omniscient look at the true reality on the ground, applying this cynical Western lens is a massive relationship-killing mistake. Because if you peel back the layers of this dynamic, a totally different reality emerges. The mountain of burden. I've seen this happen so often. Many modern local men have become burdens, forcing these women to carry the crushing weight of providing for their entire families alone. You really have to look at her daily life. She's been forced to step up and play the masculine role. She's hustling, working multiple jobs, carrying a literal mountain of stress squarely on her shoulders. She's exhausted. So the absolute crucial point here is redefining what financial support actually means. It is not a transaction. It is absolute peace of mind and the ultimate relief from a crushing daily load. When you step up and offer to help, it is a massive green flag to her. It signals that you are a genuine protector and a provider. For a woman who has had to be fiercely independent just to survive, offering that financial peace of mind isn't about greed, it's heaven. And this brings up a brilliant point. Sometimes an early ask for help isn't a scam at all. It's a test. It's a heavily guarded, exhausted woman checking to see if you are just going to be another heavy stone for her to carry or the safe harbor she's desperately needed. Think about that for a second. It completely flips the script, doesn't it? All right, moving past the financial realities, we arrive at the profound impact of genuine romance. We are talking about a culture experiencing an intense emotional drought. Many of these incredible women have grown up in an environment severely deprived of men who go out of their way to treat women like true queens. Because of this, they are fundamentally thirsty for real romance, thoughtful gestures, and just consistent, undeniable effort from a man. Because they are so starved for that treatment, acts of service become absolute game changers. Things like sending flowers out of nowhere, bringing chocolates, planning a fun shopping trip, or organizing a proper, intentional date. To her, these aren't just nice little things to do. These are incredibly powerful signals of your character and your devotion. And here is a secret I can guarantee you. The way to her heart is absolutely through her palate. In a society where luxurious meals aren't just an everyday given, spoiling her by feeding her high-quality food is a profound act of nurturing love. It sounds almost too simple, right? But it is deeply impactful. Taking the time to ensure she is well-fed shows a level of care and provision she might rarely experience from anyone else.
But listen, none of this matters if you don't honor the traditional foundations, because if you try to run the Western playbook of instant gratification here, you will absolutely fail. It doesn't matter how many dinners you buy or flowers you send. If you ignore the cultural bedrock she stands on, you're not winning her heart. Her foundation is entirely different, and your approach has to respect that.
To truly become her safe harbor, you must methodically follow these 4 pillars: respecting boundaries on intimacy, valuing her faith, regulating your emotions and character, and stepping up as a graceful leader. Let's break down exactly why each of these is an absolute must. Notice the stark difference in pacing here. In the West, it's often about instant gratification. But traditional pacing, it's a whole other world. Hookup culture and cheating are fiercely rejected taboos. You cannot push your own timeline onto her. The Philippines is a deeply conventional culture. You have to be patient. You must wait for her to feel completely safe, taking it one very intentional, respectful step at a time. You also must show genuine respect and adoration for her spiritual side. The vast majority of Filipinas rely on their deep religious faith as their ultimate moral compass. Now, you don't necessarily have to share every single belief or practice exactly as she does, but demonstrating sincere respect for her faith, that's a beautiful, non-negotiable bridge. It shows her you honor the very core of who she is. And then there's this question, can you control yourself when you're angry? Because emotional regulation is an elite-level green flag. Many of these women have been traumatized by men who lose control, throw public tantrums, and bring deep humiliation. In this culture, a man who drinks too much or loses his temper is a massive red flag. But a man who handles his anger with quiet dignity, highly, highly prized. At the end of the day, she's exhausted from carrying the weight of the world. She wants a graceful leader. She needs someone who can make firm decisions and handle high-pressure situations with calm dignity. She needs to know, beyond a shadow of a doubt, that you can handle the uncertainties of life, so she doesn't have to carry it all by herself anymore. When you combine all these elements, you reach it, the turning point. That exact moment, her guarded, forced masculine exterior drops, allowing her to relax into her maximum feminine energy. This is the moment everything shifts. By easing her burdens, honoring her boundaries, and stepping up as a graceful provider, she finally feels completely safe. She can stop fighting the world and just be with you. So, as we wrap up this explainer, I leave you with this final provocative question. Are you ready to change your perspective, honor her reality, and become the safe harbor she's been searching for? Because truly understanding this dynamic isn't just about dating. It's about fundamentally transforming how you look at love and partnership across cultures. I really hope this gave you a powerful new framework to reflect on.